All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday night. It's Alan Patterson. I'm here in the booth covering the F3 series, the GP series for SimRace South Africa. And in the booth with me is my good friend Nicholas Hodgson. Nick, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thanks, Alan. Welcome, everybody, to Monday night. That means it's race night, and tonight we're here at Valencia.
Yep, Valencia, the street circuit, round the harbour, round the boats, and indeed, it's a hot Monday, and we have 20 cars and 20 drivers this evening, so it should be a close fought battle this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, street circuit, easy to make a mistake here. Lots of straights though, so also a lot of opportunity for drafting and making some places up on that. Once again, I'd like to remind everybody that in these F3 cars, we are not running DRS, so they don't have DRS, but they certainly do have long straights to draft behind each other here, and no ABS either. No ABS, no traction control, just good old driver talent.
And considering how light they are therefore very twitchy and very nervous little cars to actually drive around. So these guys do a great job to get them around as quick as they do. And this, as you pointed out, Nick, another street circuit. So it's kind of blind corners mostly. You trusting that, you know, if you throw it into a corner flat sticks, you're going to come out the other end and you're still going to be on the track and not off track and not in a wall, etc. So it just adds to the difficulty that is single-seater racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And this track has many hard braking zones where you're going all the way down for virtually bouncing off the rev limiter to first gear, possibly second gear. And yeah, that puts a lot of strain on the tires, so expect to see these guys locking up, particularly in qualifying. That's okay, you don't have to make the tires last very long, but certainly in the race, that can and will play a factor in things.
Exactly, definitely. Right, so while we're still early days, let's look at some details here. Track weather for this race. It's at 10 a.m. in the morning, 22 degrees, cool, clear skies, ambient temperature of 21, high of 23, and track high of 29.6. So that should produce some very quick lap times on this track. And the track map, as you can see, pictured 25 corners according to the track map. So a lot of them are pretty much 90-degree right lefts with a couple of very high speed sweeps. Some technical sections, so it's a mix of everything, but it is quite a long track as well, Nick.
Yeah, it really is, and as I said, there are probably about 3 places where around this track where these guys can get into the slipstream and make a good go at a pass. And we'll see what the racing is like tonight. I'm certainly expecting a good one. These guys are doing some incredible times, some really incredible lap times.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what tire choices they make as well.
Definitely. And as usual, we've got a YouTube channel on and running. And good evening to everyone on YouTube. Sharon Skuman shouting for her hubby Marius, who's here tonight and going strong. Wesley Ferrant's there. Jan Spammers, how's it? Jan Martin, how's it? Wimpy de Beer's there. Jason is there. Louis Safontaine. So a whole lot of regular names, and great to have you all on board. Thanks for joining, chaps.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys always make it fantastic to commentate on. It really feels like we're just all in, you know, one big lounge having a drink and watching the action.
Exactly.
Really good fun.
Right, so as you can see, just on 10 minutes to go, and the first set of quick times are coming in with, as usual, Jacques Boert up at the top of 52.3, Minna 53.0, Marius Skuman 53.1, Oosthuizen, Javan Oosthuizen, one of our new guys, 153.2. So low 53s, high 52s. What do you think is going to be a pole here, Nick?
I will expect pole to be an exceptionally low 52 or possibly a high 51.
Wow.
Looking at the HLQs, there are guys getting into the 51s, but apparently that's, a real banzai lap, one in
Yeah.
a million kind of thing. So I would expect guys to be getting close to that, but not quite hitting it within the 15-minute time frame. Very technical track, very difficult track. I mean, I really struggled around here to try and get to grips with it, and I never quite did. But yeah, so these guys are properly on it, especially oaks like Marius Skuman and Jacques Buerta.
Yeah.
I see Marius is currently on a stonking lap. He's 7/10 up on his best at the moment. Let's see what he can do
Oh, this is
coming around
good.
the last
Yeah.
corner. Yeah, got a good drive out of it. Lost a little bit though in the last corner, and he'll come across the line and take second position provisionally with a 52.6.
All right, excellent. Let's quickly go and do a fast lap around the track so you on the YouTube channel can see what this looks like. Courtesy of our own resident alien, Mr. Nicholas Hodgson. I don't know if you know him, Nick.
I don't. He was clearly off pace today though. Didn't bring his A game, but hopefully it gives you guys just an inkling of what it's like, and then just shows exactly how quick these oaks are.
All right, and we're going to roll that video now.
Okay, good evening everybody, and welcome to an on-board fast lap of the Valencia Grand Prix circuit in the RSS 3v6. Cars braking into turn 1 just after the 100. A little bit of a lockup as you turn in, but stay in second and plant that power to get a good drive out of the corner, braking just before the 50. Downgrading to second gear, keep the car tight through there, and on the power early so you can really utilize this, what is effectively a straight, for as much as possible. Braking just after the 100, don't clip the outside curb too much or the inside curb, it'll throw the car off. And off we go again just before this very hard braking turn. You see I get that wrong there, lose a lot of time on my acceleration out onto the long straight. Really got to capitalize there, not like I did, and power all the way down here. You see a long straight. We're going to look for braking marker just around the 100 mark, and gear down, locking up. Qualifying laps are not too much of a problem, will be a problem in the race. Keep it tight through here so you can line the car up. This is corners a bit faster than you think it is. Power on, and off we go. You see getting over the curb there, that lost me a lot of time as well, at least 2 to 3 tenths in that one, I'm sure. And off we go again down this long straight. I know there's wiggly bits, but it's effectively a straight. Braking at the 75, turn the car in, keep it tight here, keep it tight. You'll gain all the way through here. This section is fun. Through the left, through the right, through another right. Keep the car as planted as you possibly can on the accelerator. And then a short little twisty straight part here. Last corner is quite tricky. Flick the car in on the right, brake as much as you can in a straight line, in first gear, and over the line we go for what ends up being a 53.5.
All right, Nick, thanks for that, man. That, as I thought, your line of sight is very limited when you're in the cockpit and being so low. It's not, there's not much visible, so I think a lot of this track and a lot of these tracks is muscle memory.
Yeah, definitely. It's difficult to get that almost visual memory. I don't know what the correct term is, but you're going around, let's say Spa-Francorchamps, for example.
Yeah.
And you just plonk most drivers into any corner around there, and they can immediately tell you where they are. Valencia and these tight street circuits, especially the more industrial ones like this, there's not too much visual cue to let you know as the driver where you are. So you've really got to get into that rhythm, and as you say, get that muscle memory. As we see, Jacques Buerta has now done a 51.8.
Yeah, you were right.
We'll have to see if he can improve, but he is, just out of interest's sake, he is running the soft tires. Most others are running the mediums. Although, actually, I say that, Hein van Niekerk, Philip Minnaar, Ryan Skywalker, and Ruben Kruger are all running the softs, and they're all in the top 10.
Yep.
So the softs do seem to give you a little bit, but you have to be very careful on them.
Yeah, I'm sure with overheating and that, but I think people are taking a risk rather to get some improved grip and handling. We're on board with Rainier Leach from Leach Racing, Team Leach Racing, and he's currently up, although he's just lost a whole lot of time through the last sector, and heading back towards the start finish line now. We'll see if he can improve. Currently sitting in 8th place.
Yeah, so if you are using those soft tires, it seems like I have been kind of watching Jacques' tactic, as we do expect him to be one of the guys vying for pole, and especially being on those soft tires. And he really tiptoes, you know, a la Formula One style, out on his outlap, and then guns it for the lap. So the one advantage they've got here is because you've got these long straights, what are effectively straights, not putting too much pressure on the tires. I think that's bringing the softs into contention because they've got a little bit of time to just cool down, let the pressures drop a little bit, all of those good things, so they can be used, it seems.
René Leach, yep, 153.4 goes up to 7th. So as usual, I'm just going down the field and looking for any green deltas. Okay, Grasser, Mike LaRue, he's well up. Oh, no, he's not. He's on the bubble. Gerard Pretorius in 12th place. He's half a second up on his, and he's about halfway around the track through the middle of Sector 2. He's gone over the bridge and now into the long back straight.
Excellent. I'm just tracking Marius Skuman, who I think is slightly ahead of him.
Okay.
And he's also slightly up on his delta. I'll keep an eye on him and let you know if he's going to be going a little bit quicker. Oh no, he's not. That made a big mistake and got it very sideways.
Randa Azevedo just jumped up to 9th place, which we never saw.
And James Leach jumping up to 14th with a 54.1.
Yes. So Gerard Pretoria is still a good half a second, or 3.5 tenths up, and he is almost through the end of Sector 3 and on his way back to the start-finish line now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Chantal Hansen putting into the wall just before what looks like to me to be the last corner. Very tricky, that second last corner, because you're turning right and needing to line the car up for a very heavy braking zone.
Yes.
And actually getting on the brakes while you're still turning. So that is not easy.
But what's Gerard's time here? 13th to 7th.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a big jump that.
That was a big jump. Excellent lap there by Gerard. But I've got to be honest, this track is certainly separating people here. Not James, Rainier Leach putting in his personal best, 53.2.
To 6.
Improved.
Yep.
Yeah. The gap at the moment is 3.8 seconds, first to last, or first to 19th, I should say. And that's unusual for the GPs. We're used to these guys being quite close, so this track is clearly very difficult. This is not an easy one.
Back to YouTube. MS Mole, go Hein, give the beans. He's shouting for Hein. Björn Kalitz is there for Ruben Kruger. Bjorn Buchner, obviously for Team Gunston. I mean, definitely. Marco Grasser's teammate there. And Jason saying, good stuff, Nick, on your track, your videos. So they definitely help, I must say. It gives you a complete different perspective of what the lap should be like and what it looks like. And good stuff, man.
Well, I'm glad people do seem to enjoy them. I do hope that nobody's using using my guides as an actual guide for the GP race, because I'm literally doing them an hour before the race starts, having never seen the track before. But I'm glad that someone's getting something.
Cool, man. Right, so we're down to 44, just under 40 seconds to go. Jacques Buerta, I'm watching him. He's 2/10 down in his delta as he goes halfway through Sector 2. So I don't think he's going to improve on this lap.
Marius Skuman is a tenth off his best.
Okay.
But he does have a fair amount of the lap to go, whether or not he can make
Philip Minnow.
Gerard Pretorius, though, into third.
Okay.
52.6, and as you say, Philip Minnow, 52.9. Fantastic times.
No, he's not finished, man, and he's 3/10 up. So Philip Minnow in 4th place is going to, he should go back up to 3rd with this rate. He's still 2/10. down the long back straight. He was half a second up just now, so he lost a little bit, but now he's starting to wind his way back to the start-finish line.
I tell you what, both Philip Minnaar and Gerard Pretorius have bumped Hein van Niekerk,
Yes.
who we obviously saw has some support in the YouTube channel for LLC Racing, and yeah, he's down to 5th, and let's see if he can get back up there. He's very close to his delta right now.
Here comes Philip over the line. Oh, 2.5 tenths up.
Great time there.
52.6.
So close.
Wow.
So close.
That's 2,000ths or whatever.
I'm sure he's
Hein?
not saying or whatever to those 2,000ths, but
Yep.
let's see. Heinz also improved very slightly. 52.9 for Hein.
Corne Brett, quickly. Half a second here.
Oof, and Marius Skuman also improving to a 52.5.
Yeah, Corne Brett up to 8th.
Well done, Corne. That's a fantastic time.
Mr. Grasser. Mr. Grasser, he's up. Team Gunston. And
he's saving their last for the best for last.
Best for last. Let's see if he can get to the line with this. Oh, he runs a little wide there, but still a little bit up on his delta.
Yeah, Jason's absolutely right in the commentary. Butter on fire tonight.
Totally.
8 tenths quicker. Goodness.
Yeah, Marco's got a drive.
We'll have to see what they like in race pace. Oh, you got to remember that Marius Skuman was doing his times on mediums, where Jacques was on softs. I don't know that was worth 8 tenths, but we'll have to see what happens in the race.
Andy Welbold coming into the last corner now. He's 2 tenths up, down in 18th.
Oh, a little bit wide there.
Blew the last corner, so that's his position. So I count 19 drivers then. Ronald Childs hasn't joined us. I don't have him on the timing sheet, so probably problem somewhere. So that's it. We're going to run a little fast ad here. We'll be back shortly. Right, we're back with you. Any new members watching? Any new visitors watching on YouTube, and you want to know where and what? Here's the website. Join us at www.simracesa.co.za. You will find everything you need to get an invite to the Discord channel, and that's where we are.
We've got 10 seconds before the lights go out. Standing start, of course, no traction control. Let's make sure that these guys all get away from the line successfully. 6 lights.
Go, we're off.
Go. Oh, Jacques got a great start.
Jacques nailed it.
Is all over the back of him, going through turn 1 and into turn 2. Jacques protecting the
they've turned around halfway through the middle of the field.
That's unfortunate. The top Oaks have all got through, it seems, though, with Philip Minnaar gaining, Hein slipping down to 4th, and Gerard Pretorius coming up in 5th position currently. Both Jacques and Marius pulling away already, though. 1.1 seconds the gap between Philip Minnaar and Marius Skuman.
Yep.
As we see, who's that
It's
trying to make a move?
Hein van Niekerk, I'm watching him all over the back of Minnaar.
Yeah, so that's LLC versus Flying Gypsies, of course.
And there is the overtake happening.
Is it? Is he going to make it? He's going to have the inside line for this next corner. Cheeky little right-hander. Can he make it happen, though? Side by side they go down. Getting that 3rd position done. Can he get the car slowed in time?
And behind him, position change. Kruger and Pretorius. And Skywalker and Briat and De Azevedo and Leach. Clearly, the end of the back straight's a big overtaking position.
Yeah, absolutely. That slipstream is going to be a massive advantage.
I'm just dropping down the field a bit, right down to Brian De Azevedo, Corne Briat. They're all next to each other. There's 3 cars here, all over each other.
goodness, they're properly scrapping it out for the for those top 10 positions.
Corne Breet, these are teammates. There's Aveda and Breet, and then further back, we got Wallbolt up into 13th, doing excellently well on his outlap. And attacking and going past Rainier Leach.
Good move there. As I tell you what, we've also Chantal Hansen's also been a big winner in all of this, up to 16th position at the moment.
Chantal.
And looking to challenge Marco Grasser at the moment, who's having a right old ding-dong with Mike LaRue. So proper racing up and down the field at this stage.
Totally.
Times very, very close. Corne Breet still all over the back of Ryan de Azevedo. You don't want those two teammates tangling, I'm sure.
We're watching them right now, actually. So we picked the same race to follow, Nick.
Yeah, and let's see if Corne can get himself lined up through this right-hander, locking up there. Pretty much everybody on mediums, although we did spot a couple of soft runners out there. Hein van Niekerk and Ruben Kruger both going brave on the softs. A wiggle there from Corne Breet, and that's lost him some time. He won't be able to make a move anymore on the straight. That's unfortunate for him.
I'm using this chase camera again, which gives us a nice perspective down the straight and ahead of him, as well as what's happening behind in the mirrors. And you can see the lines and how they attack through each corner.
I see Jason in the YouTube is just asking if you can hit Control L to switch off the name tags.
Alrighty.
Breaking his immersion a bit. We can't have our fearless leader's immersion being broken.
Got it. All done.
I see James Leach has slipped down to 16th position. Hansen's now up to 14th and Wallbolt up to 15th. So Hansen's really got some good race pace here and looking to gain further. Craig Hunter and Rainier Leach all over the back of each other as well for 10th place. James Leach as well involved for 15th place. The Leaches are at it again.
Totally. Yeah, look, Andy was a little bit higher than this. He was at 12th just now, so I think he's had a moment somewhere and dropped back 3 positions. But he's looking at the back of James Leach, as you say.
Yeah. And as, Jacques Botha running up ahead in clean air, Marius Skuman behind him in the dirty air. As that gap has grown wider, Marius Skuman's found his pace and has actually just set the fastest lap of the race, a 53.4, so that is darn quick. Whereas Botha set his personal best at a 53.5.
Yeah.
But of course, not quite good enough for fastest lap of the race as yet. Does Marius Skuman have something up his sleeve here?
We've just jumped forward now to Philip Minnar, who is in 4th place, and he's looking at the back of Hein van Niekerk. Hein doing really well, just up into 3rd and going. But Philip Minnar is not going to let him have it his own way, and he's chasing him down this back straight. We see position changes behind, both Pretorius and Kruger, and now also Corne Breet and de Azevedo changing positions.
Yeah, those two are just not going to leave each other alone.
They're not.
And we've seen both Breet and Azevedo up much further in the field in previous races. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I'd say as a team, those two are struggling a bit more than they're used to.
Ooh.
Philip Minnar.
Yeah, he's looking at different lines here.
Yeah, I don't blame him. You've got to try and find a way to wiggle your way through here. This section, that lost sort of sector 3, so to speak, that's very difficult to find any kind of overtaking opportunity.
Gerard Pretorius just went past Ruben Kruger for 5th place. So Gerard up into 5th. Ruben dropping 1 position, and Skywalker behind him in 7th now.
Here we go, fastest lap of the race now by Jacques Botha, a 52.8, just stretching his legs, showing Skuman what can be done. Marius Skuman on a 53.2 now, so both of these guys going hell for leather. Looks like Chantal Hansen has had an issue. Unfortunately, I've probably put the commentator's curse on her because she's now back down to 19th. I imagine there was a spin there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But Philip Minnar in 4th position, really gunning for that podium now.
Andy Wallbolt further back now, down to 17th, but again, sorted himself out, and looking at the back of Raymond Duggan, who's in 16th.
So once again, SimRace SA proving that no matter your pace, you're going to be finding a battle out there. So come and join us. As Alan said earlier on, simracesa.co.za, sign up. Very, very nominal fee, which goes to charity, of course, to the Walmer Project. Fantastic charity that's in the Port Elizabeth area. And I highly encourage everybody out there to get involved. Good people, good racing. What more could you want, as Philip Minnaar really putting the pressure onto Hein van Niekerk now.
Just on that subject, I'm proud to be able to say on behalf of Jason Holden Jones, the amount to date is now at 29,129 rand. So
wow, that's huge.
Yeah, back from the good old days of saying, oh, we might get 10,000, we're at 29,100 rand. That's awesome, guys. Well done. Alrighty, so where are we on the track? We've got 4 position changes midfield. Oh, there's something going on. Brett's had a moment. Nick, you there? Nick, you there?
I'm here.
Got you. I lost you. So Corne Brett's had a moment and he's gone down to 13th, right on the back of Marco Grassa.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Going to be very difficult for him to fight his way back. The slipstream not being quite as effective as I thought it was going to be this race. I really expected it to have a serious impact here.
Yes.
I see we've got a few questions in the YouTube chat.
I'm reading
that
as well. I'll leave that up to you for the
Okay, so tires.
Yeah.
So Miss Mole's asking for the tires. Pretty much everybody is on mediums. So if you see somebody, assume they're on mediums, except for Hein van Niekerk, who's sitting in 3rd position right now with Philip Minnaar all over the back of him.
Yes.
And Ruben Kruger, who's in 6th position and currently in a little bit of fresh air, so to speak. I mean, there's only about 2 seconds between them. But
Yep.
So far in this GP race, that is what I'd regard as fresh air. Okay, and then Jason, it looks like, is asking...
Sorry, Nick, just before you do that. So MS Mol, if you have a look at the colors on the side of the tires, the yellow tires with the yellow markings are the mediums, and the tires with the red markings are the softs. So that's the easiest way if you see a car and it's got red. Right now we're looking at Philip Minnaar, who's on mediums, and ahead of him is Hein van Niekerk, and he's on softs. Go, Nick.
Thanks, Alan.
Sorry, man.
That's very useful. Thank you for that info. And right, so Jason wants to know, is the possibility of them doing a 0-stop race? So remember, the race is 45 minutes. We're 10 minutes in. They do not have to make a pit stop. The rules do not dictate a pit stop. So if these guys can get to the end on a single tank of fuel, then bully for them. However, we see Craig Hunter driving into the pits already. I imagine that's for damage more than anything else. Honestly, considering how flat out most of this, or a lot of this track is, I would be very surprised to see anyone making that happen or making that work. We did see it once before this season, where my brain is failing me.
Me too.
I can't remember the race, but we have seen it once before, but I do not think
it was Marina Bay.
That was it.
Because you said they're not on the throttle long enough to use as much petrol as normal. It was short straight. So but that's why I think people, Jason's possibly mentioning this is a similar kind of layout to Marina Bay, and possibly, although it is a long back straight. So,
yeah. So because there are so many of these, I'm going to go quote-unquote straights where they're not actually straight, but they're flat out the whole time. I'm going to say it's unlikely. I'd love that to be the case, that somebody's worked out that, hey, they can eke it out to the end, but we'll have to see.
We're currently sitting in the cockpit from the helmet cam of Philip Minnaar, looking forward at Hein van Niekerk, And going very defensive into the final turn, and Philip taking the traditional line, and he's right under the rear wing of Hein van Niekerk. Behind Skywalker and Pretorius swap positions.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to make the move on the straight somewhere. Yeah, running deep. It's not going to cost him too badly. He's obviously going to fall back here, but if he's quicker, see him shaking the wheel there, not happy with himself.
Yeah.
Keeps it tight through here. He's going to gain on Hein here.
This section next to the marina with the big yachts and the super yachts is very Monaco-esque, very similar.
Absolutely, and this is where you want to keep tight. So get tight underneath the wing of your competitor here. Get a good drive out of this right-hander. That's the key.
This is the long straight now.
Yep, absolutely. So he's now 4/10 behind. You can see that going into that corner, he was about 3/10 behind. So he's lost coming out, and now it's just not enough for that slipstream to really take effect. You're going to be sort of 3/10 behind the guy in front and getting a slightly better drive out, and then the slipstream will really come into its own for you. A little bit of a wiggle through there. They're obviously losing aerodynamic downforce, being so closely tucked up behind Hein. This is also quite a long straight, but not quite enough still. It's also possible that, remember, that Hein might be running less downforce than Philip, and that could be contributing to that an awful lot. We know that somebody like Jacques Porter loves to run lower downforce than everybody else. It's okay to have the car moving around underneath him. Something that I certainly am not comfortable with. Oh, Philip, man, you see how crossed up he gets coming to that second last corner.
All four-wheel drift right there.
Yeah, very, very difficult corner to get that right. As we see Jacques Porter setting the fastest lap of the race, a 52.797. Clearly, those medium tires are absolutely singing for him right now.
Yeah, Philip's really close now. So let's see if he heeds your words and goes over the canal bridge and then sticks to the back of Hein up down the long back straight, and then he'll have a chance at the end of that straight to dive down the inside. He's very close at the moment.
Absolutely, it's going to be very frustrating for him because he's so quick through that section compared to Hein. But Hein, at the moment, seems to just get better drive out of this right-hander.
Hubertus Janssen van Rensburg on YouTube saying, Lekker BWR, Stanley Fenter's there. Nick, you mentioned that Van Niekerk is also running softs and Philip running mediums.
Oh, absolutely. So we'll have to see what the tire life of these softs is like. So far, 15 minutes in, I'm impressed that they've made them last for this long. I would expect, or actually 15 minutes in now, I would expect those on soft to be pitting around 15 minutes, unless they've got some magic up their sleeves and can make them go half distance.
And we're in the airbox cam view from Marco Grassa's Team Gunston car. He's currently in 10th, looking ahead at Mike LaRue. And in the mirrors, you can just see in the far distance Jovan Oosthuizen down in 11th. But I'll tell you, if you make one bad move here and you happen to brush a wall or maybe hurt the car's suspension or bodywork, you're gonna lose 5-10 seconds and some pace time. That's not going to help your position at all, Nick.
No, definitely not. Absolutely not. It's going to really destroy everything. So, honestly, if you're going to be making a move, you really need to make it stick, because if something goes wrong, that's going to be your whole race ruined.
Exactly.
So for one position, often not really worth it. And I must admit, keeping an eye on Marius Skuman and Jacques Porter's lap time, Marius Skuman lost almost a second. It was 9/10 of a second to Jacques Porter last time around.
Yeah, 4.1 seconds the gap now.
Jacques really found his rhythm. Marius struggling to maintain that.
I was watching just now from the car, from one of the car cameras. We're just watching Jacques Porter now do one of his awesome laps. Are these curbs, or is this painted on surface, or AstroTurf that we're seeing, or what's on the side here?
So personally, I haven't noticed too much of a slowing down. You know, you're losing
Yes.
grip on the green painted tarmac, or
Okay.
occasionally a little bit of AstroTurf. But there are some curbs that I found if you mount them, then the car definitely bottoms out, and you lose a huge amount of traction.
Okay.
But this section, this third sector, Jock's really throwing the car through it. It's fantastic to see. I tell you what, the first few times you do that, it's absolutely scary. You see how Jacques braking the car in as much of a straight line as he
Yeah.
possibly can, keeping it nice and smooth, and still managing to get good drive out of
Jeez.
the last corner.
52.8
Incredible to
race
watch.
pace.
Yeah. It really is quick. I mean, remember the lap I did as a sort of demo for qualifying was a 53.5.
That's true.
So it just shows how fast Jacques Porter is, or how slow I am. So, you know, whichever one you want to go with.
So, Philip Minnaar, I'm sorry, Hein van Niekerk is just... Yes, Hein van Niekerk is on the back. So, Marius has had a moment somewhere, and Hein and Philip are there. So, second, third, and fourth are now all next to each other here.
And that's interesting because Marius was 4 seconds behind
Yes.
Jacques Porter last time. So he lost a second and a half to Jacques. And that suddenly brought Hein and Philip, who, let's not forget, have been battling for a long time, into play. So, you know, that's exceptionally interesting that these two guys have managed to maintain such a quick pace. You know, they'd be doing 53.1s, and still battle each other.
Yeah, he's either a little bit of a wiggle or he's hit a wall somewhere.
I hope for his sake it's not a wall, because that's really going to make the rest of his race exceptionally difficult. And Hein van Niekerk on those soft tires, 26 minutes to go. Wow, he must be...
That must be chewing gum.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's doing well.
He's
still... His best lap, his PB was last lap, a 53.183. So those soft tires, he's managing to get them to work. Fantastic driving.
Amazing. Just looking down the field at the times, everyone is pretty much spaced out except for these guys and René Leach in 8th place, who's half a second behind the back of Randa Azevedo. So we'll monitor the field. But right now, this is...
Interestingly, Jacques Porter did a 53.6, Hein van Niekerk was a 53.4, and Philip Minnaar a 53.1. So the third and fourth are actually quicker than our leader currently.
Wow.
So no wonder Marius Schoeman is under so much pressure. He's doing 53.7s. So, you know, the guys in third and fourth are really putting on a proper charge right now.
Yep, we've got Jovan Oosthuizen going into the pits as we see René Leach here dicing with Randa Azevedo, and these guys are chopping and changing positions.
Although we've now got Philip Minnaar. I don't think he's ever been this close. There are three of them now going onto this long back straight.
All three of them here.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a...
See, Andy Walbolt's made a pass on Oosthuizen.
Oh, he's up to 13th. Go, Andy.
Yeah, Andy's doing well, but certainly these guys, for that last, not last in fact, the second and third podium positions.
Oh, Leach, we was with Azevedo. Leach has gone backwards. He's just lost 4 positions.
Yeah, I must have had an incident there. All sorts of chopping and changing of positions there. But Philip Minnaar 1/10 behind, really trying to put the thumb screws to Hein van Niekerk. Goes round the outside, unlikely to make that stick, I'm afraid. Will get better drive, but Hein's got it covered off now. And unfortunately for us, it's now allowed Marius Schoeman to get in.
He's getting away. Philip Minnaar is still there, though. Oh, yep. René Leach ended up down in 14th place from his 6th just now. So he hammered a wall. I mean, I went to him while these guys were racing, and the camera couldn't move. He was so stuck. Whatever was happening was behind a wall somewhere, and we couldn't even see him.
Goodness, he's going to have to pit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Philip Minnaar, he's never been so close.
Jason on the YouTube channel saying, I wonder who's going to pull the the pit stop trigger first out of the leading bunch, so we'll have to see. But at the rate Jacques going again, he's kind of driving out to pit stop like he did at the other race.
Yeah, I think Jacques going to make this last as long as he possibly can. Jacques does tend to do an exact 50%er of a race, but
Yes,
we're kind of exactly at that point now, so we'll see if he jumps in. But I'll be surprised if Hein van Niekerk can make this last much longer. I mean, his pace seems to be good, so maybe he'll try. Oh goodness, this is developing into a very interesting race tactic.
definitely.
How is Hein van Niekerk doing so well on the softs compared to the guys on the mediums? So far, these tires not giving up at all. Even though Philip Minard is all over the back of him, Philip must be desperate for Hein to go into the pits and hope he gets a few clean laps ahead of Hein.
Well, they're obviously still offering him up some grip because he's managing to stay ahead of Philip.
And he clearly knows that they would because... Oh no, he's made a mistake!
He locked that up.
That is unfortunate, Hein. You're going to have to dive into the pits, my friend. I think this is your time now. Get a new set of boots on. You're side by side, though. This is close.
He's spun.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He's hammered that into the wall.
Yeah, gonna have to be a pit stop.
Let's just do a quick replay on that overtake as they're coming down the back straight. You can see he just basically outbraked himself. He locked it up, ran deep, and Philip Minard turned in on the apex.
Yeah, no, the Philip has had his patience pay off. That's very unfortunate for...
Ryan Skywalker in, one of the first of the top 10.
Yep. Hein stayed out. I can't believe that. That's incredible to me.
So Ruben Kruger is in fourth now. Teammate with Hein. Hein following him round. So, yeah, I don't know. From what I could see in the camera, he was heading for the wall backwards at a huge rate of knots. So, if he didn't...
If he's managed to keep that out the wall, I don't think surely he cannot.
I don't know.
So, he's still going. We'll see how he can go with some damage, but personally, I would have dived straight into the pits, taken my pit stop, taken the pain, and just had done with it. Meanwhile, Philip Minard now with some fresh air, absolutely flying, 0.3 up on his personal best, which I should remind you is a 53.1, so he could be banging in a 52 quite comfortably at this stage. In fact, probably going for fastest lap of the race, currently 52.7. So Philip Minard got some rocket skates on this car right now.
Yeah, we're just watching Hansen, who's gone into the pits, so she's getting her pit stop done now. Roman Duggan struggling in this race, down in 18th place.
Anyone struggling, I don't blame you. This track is exceptionally difficult.
Is this it? Yes, pits? Yes.
Pit stops. So that's interesting. Philip Minard was on a PB, and he actually possibly a race best, and didn't take it. So he must have been out of fuel.
So Kruger goes through, Buerta goes through, Skuman, Minard, and Van Niekerk pit.
So we're used to seeing Buerta do a 50-50, and right now he is looking like he's going to be doing sort of a 2/3 or even a 3/4. So I expect him to be in and around the 15-minute mark if he hasn't pitted yet.
Sorry, who is that, Nick?
Jacques Buerta.
Oh, right, okay.
So Ruben Kruger, remember, who's made positions up thanks to a couple of guys pitting, but also some mishaps from the likes of Hein van Niekerk. He's also on the softs. So him, Ryan Skywalker, and Hein van Niekerk, and Mike LaRue now, all on softs. So more guys are going onto the softs for their second stint.
Yeah, okay. MS Mole saying on YouTube, if Hein can let the tyres last this long, I would expect the mediums to be able to go all the way, which leaves Hein in an awkward situation having to pit.
So, yes, except for fuel. Fuel's going to be the problem. The tyres, the mediums, I imagine will comfortably go the distance, particularly if the softs have lasted half distance. But I'll be very surprised if they can make those fuel tanks last. And in fact, Ryan, who set up the whole series, has made these races 45 minutes for exactly that reason, because you're so close to being able to do a full race on one tank of fuel. It gives you almost that illusion that you can do the whole race without pitting.
Well, hang on a second right there, Mr. Alien. It quite is possible in certain circumstances.
That is correct, Alan. Yes, absolutely. On?
Certain special circumstances.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it looked like Jacques Boerter had a little bit of a...
Ruben's in.
Funny, or maybe it was my internet. Marius Skuman once again... No, well, actually not once again. Now up to second, thanks to Ryan and Ruben pitting.
So Jacques Boerter's 20.5 seconds out. So we're assuming that's going to bring him in and put him out still in first place, correct?
I would imagine nothing less at this stage.
Yep.
Ryan Skywalker has just set his personal best of the race.
He's hammering.
He's gone onto the softs.
He's on the softs. He was the first of the top 10 to pit, so he got it done and dusted and has come out guns blazing, and he's 7 seconds behind Kruger in fourth and certainly charging, so it could be a good result for him tonight.
Yeah, so Kruger, of course, has also just pitted. His last lap was a 2:06 because of the pit stops, so let's see how things shake out and what kind of lap times he's going to be doing, and therefore let's see if Ryan Skywalker can chase down Ruben Kruger.
We're just watching Randa Azevedo now as he's hit the long back straight, and he is all over the back of Marco Grasser.
It's of course for 8th position. Lots to play for in that top 10. Hard on the brakes, locks up slightly, but gets a good line through that section of corners and through the next as well. Expect that delta to come down. There we go, dipping under the 3 into the 2. It's not going to be quite enough, I don't think.
There's a little swerving going on. Here comes Ryan.
That's a dive. He's definitely going to lock up there. That's unfortunate. Oh, Ryan's being gifted that position almost. Marco Grasser could have easily A, turned in on him and had an accident, but B, done the cutback. I'm surprised he didn't.
I think he was in a bit of recovery because he had got very bit sideways in that braking moment and outbraked himself.
Yeah, James Leach into the pits now.
James Leach in.
Azevedo goes up into 7th.
There we go.
Because of it. Still nothing from our leaders. Both Marius and Jacques have yet to pit.
Yeah, Cornet Briet over the start-finish line, right up the back of Mike Leroux's exhaust pipes. Oh.
Goodness, that is close. He's going to go up the inside, is he? Oh no, backs out of it. Was half expecting a lunge there, but thought better of it.
He's definitely the quicker of the two. Oh, he's looking at every corner actually. And he's definitely unsettling Mike Leroux because Mike's locking up into every... And here we go.
Yeah, big time, trying to make it... Oh, no, don't hit the wall! Oh!
Cornet.
That is going to be damage of note.
What was that about? He was all on his own. Was he not looking, or maybe looking down at his dash?
Oh, my goodness. Now almost running into the back of Mike, who had a moment there. Mike looks to be letting him through for some reason. There was no contact between
No,
the
there
two.
wasn't. That car's swerving all over the place. I think Cornet's got a bent steering rod or something somewhere. Cause
yeah, trying to figure out what's gone pop on that car.
Let's go and look at the cockpit view and see where his steering wheel's facing. It all looks right from in here.
Yeah, I don't know how he will have come away with anything less than a decent amount of damage there. But Cornet has got that position made. As we see, Ruben Kruger goes into the pits now from 4th position. So let's see if hang on, Skywalker is definitely going to gain. Skywalker up to 4th now.
Yeah, easy.
That's
he was
fantastic result.
He was only 7 seconds down the road from Heinz. So yeah, that was a great net gain for Ryan Skywalker. He was the first, remember?
Yes, he was the first. Question, has Philip Minnaar pitted? Have I missed that?
Yes, he did. Philip Minnaar pitted with Marius Skuman.
Okay. All right. So Skywalker got a lot of work to do then if he wants to catch Philip Minnaar. Still possible at this stage,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah. So it's last man now is Jacques. He's got to basically pit and get it over and done with.
No, Marius as well. I'm pretty sure Marius Skuman hasn't pitted.
Now, I'm sure Marius and Philip came in together. Marius Skuman's pitted.
Yeah, I must be losing my marbles. They have absolutely pitted. So Marius Skuman's last lap time was a 53.5, and Jacques was a 53.3. And Jacques is in the pits, guys. Jacques is in the pits with 12 minutes to go. He's really gone long into this race.
So, watching where Marius is on the track, while Jacques in the pits. And
that was a splash and dash of note.
Is he rolling already?
He's rolling already.
Then he didn't change tires. Marius into the start-finish straight now.
Yeah, Jacques away and gone.
Wow.
Jacques going into turn 2 now.
Okay. So easy. Ooh, there's a BWR green car crawling here. Jacques just driven past it. Not BWR, I mean, sorry. Nick, you there?
Oh, you are. I'm here. Okay. I'm trying to work out who that is.
Yeah. Corne Brett maybe, or somebody down at the...
I actually think it's Chantal Hansen. Was it not Chantal Hansen? She's right behind.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, it wasn't the same. It's Chantal. Okay, all good. Right, so everyone's done and dusted. Buerta 7 seconds up the road. Philip Minnaar 2.9 seconds, and then a long way back to Ryan Skywalker.
Yeah, I know. But Hein van Niekerk now on a bit of a recovery drive. Remember, he was challenging for podium position. Yes. Had that incident, and now is all over the back of Ryan Skywalker for 4th place.
We'll watch Hein for a few laps because he's doing some very clean lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Last lap 53.2, personal best 53.1, so he's certainly very quick at this stage of the race. And is both of these guys, by the way, on the soft tires. Ryan, Hein, and Ruben. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th, all on the soft tires. And our next soft tire runner is Mike LaRue in 12th. Everybody else on mediums. Getting a good drive out onto the long straight, which isn't really a straight.
Gotta love the work by our other fellow commentator, Sas van der Westhuizen, having done all our banners and signage for us at Valencia Street Circuit.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic to see all the sponsorship and so forth up. Van Niekerk really struggling to get that gap down from the 0.8 of a second it's kind of stalled at.
Look at the lap times here. 53.6, 53.6. They're identical.
Yeah.
53.3 for Kruger.
Yeah. Who's slowly hunting these guys down. He's only 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's pushing. Oh, this bounces over that curb.
Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle. It's okay. He can make that work. He'll, of course, be hoping that the 2 drivers ahead of him are going to get into a scrap, and that'll make them slower.
Yes.
Give him an opportunity. And, of course, you know, as a racing driver, you're probably even hoping there's a little bit of contact and you have both positions for free. So, Hein van Niekerk now 0.6 of a second behind. Good drive out as well. But not quite enough to be in that slipstream. Braking around the 100 mark, turns the car in, clips that apex nicely, clips the next apex nicely. That's what I wasn't doing it in my lap for sure. Runs a bit wide though through that right-hander. You can really carry a lot of speed through there, but it looked like Skywalker struggled as well. You can certainly understand Hein you know, within a second, that's going to start to affect your downforce for sure. Front end grip not quite at optimal. This section, just a bit of short shifting, but an awful lot of fun. Scary as all when you don't know what you're doing, but when you've got it down, slowing the car down very early on the brakes there, but paying off to a certain extent. But now it's 5/10, half a second difference between the two. 53.5, 53.1,
Yeah.
absolutely flying. Kruger behind him, 53.6. So these guys are absolutely on it at the moment. Just for reference, Jacques Boerter up at the top is doing 53.3. So, you know, the top 10 runners all exceptionally quick in race trim.
We're on board now with Han, watching him go around the marina section, coming to the bridge now. And as you said earlier, if he's got any chance, he's got to get an awesome drive over this bridge and round this right-hander so that he can... Oh, and Skywalker got a bit sideways there. So Van Niekerk is as close as he can be right now.
Yeah, there we go. The delta's dropping. You can see 2/10 now.
Here it comes.
Under a 10th.
Skywalker's going defensive.
Yeah, that's it. Pull out, although you... Oh, I'm going to have to go around there. Oh,
they're both too late.
Yeah, both locked up on the brakes. And Hein, he's gone. Hein, go, 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 go. You've given an extra place for no reason, my friend.
I think it was the rumble strips and he was still getting himself sorted out there. But yeah, he drops 2 positions now. Yeah, so
that's unfortunate.
Skywalker definitely didn't outbreak, and Han was trying to turn in, and unfortunately they collected and both ran deep.
Yeah, so I think in my view, you know, I'm not a steward, so don't count my view as anything. But personally, in my view, that's a complete racing incident. I would say he didn't need to give that position back because they both outbraked themselves.
Yep.
So yeah, I would have gone for it, but that's me thinking with my racing driver brain.
We've just got another disconnect happen here.
It's unfortunate.
I don't know who it is, but I saw old Andy Welbolt disconnected earlier, so...
Yeah, still running with what looks to be about 17 drivers on track. Yeah. And yeah, Hein now busy trying to recover to attack Ruben Kruger. We'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, we've got Gerard Pretorius in 8th position, starting to pressure Ryan de Azevedo. Remember, Ryan, once again, he's used to being much higher up on circuit than he is right now. Certainly challenged for podiums and even race wins occasionally.
Yes, he has.
Busy defending from Gerard Pretorius at the moment for BWR. So once again, as I say, BWR against Flying Gypsies. We've seen this battle play out a number of times on track.
We're watching René Leach at the moment, down in 13th. Oh, he's just clipped the wall, but he's on the back of Neil Berger. They've been having a bit of a ding-dong session for the last couple of laps, and currently 8/10 back. Berger in turn is 8/10 back from Leroux, Mike Leroux.
Jason in the chat saying Schoeman is 0.5 quicker than Boerter.
Yeah.
And Simon Harding asking if the tires get flat spots when locking up.
That's a good question.
They absolutely do. They definitely get lock up, and in fact, you can feel it through the force feedback. So what I was saying in qualifying is, you'd have seen a lot more locking up from these drivers in quali because, you know, your tires only need to last a few laps, so who cares really?
Yes.
But in the race, when you're trying to make these tires do 20 laps.
Oh, sorry. Commentator's curse. I was watching Neil Berger. He's just spun it round in the middle of 2 cars.
It's unfortunate for Neil, but it looks like René Leach has gained.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the locking up side, definitely. Tires do lock up. It makes it harder to brake. We see it a lot in the touring car series as well, although that does tend to affect the rear tires, which is preferable to the fronts, which is what happens here. And then without ABS, your braking gets worse and worse.
Right. Up ahead, Philip Minnaar is now only 1.6 seconds back with just under 4 minutes to go from Marius Skuman.
And 0.3 now up on his personal best.
Yeah.
So really flying at this stage.
Yeah, Philip's hammering it now.
Yeah, last lap was a 53.1. His PB's a 52.9. Looking to improve on that even more. We saw him doing some fantastic times coming into the pit stop phase. Let's see if he can get this over the almost half a second now up on his personal best. This is incredible from Philip.
This car's flying.
Yeah.
Oh, Oosthuizen, Javan. Oh, they're next to each other.
And it's not like Marius Skuman's doing particularly slow times either. But watch this. Here we go. Here we go. Across the line. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? A 52.3 fastest lap of the race.
Unreal.
By a significant margin. Previous best was a 52.7 from Jacques Boerter.
Oh, Javan Oosthuizen. Huge dive down the back straight and outbraked himself by a whole city almost. So Pretorius has gone back past him, but he was right under his tail as they came down that long straight. So Minnaar now, it's close, man. Philip Minnaar, 0.7, 0.8.
It is very close. Rainier Leach, though, in 12th position, just going up the inside, but outbraking himself.
LaRue.
Of LaRue. LaRue scoots through and says, thank you very much. You can outbrake yourself all day, my friend. I'll keep the position.
Right, jump back to Philip Minnaar in third.
Yeah, 7/10 of a second.
2 minutes left.
And on a very quick lap again. This will be into the 52s as well. Looking at a 52.4, 52.5 at this stage. Let's see what he can do.
If he can do this, this is going to come down to the last lap.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's much quicker than Marius Skuman right now.
Yeah, he's around 0.8 of a second going over the line between him and Marius. It's now down to 0.5 of a second. Getting into the stage where he might be able to make a move on Marius. There's of course for second position podiums at the moment for both of these chaps, but that's not enough. They want that second position for sure. Jacques Boerter ahead by 6.5 seconds going on to the final lap.
And just behind, Kruger is also half a second back of... who's he chasing? Ryan Skywalker.
Yeah, Philip Minnaar getting a wiggle onto the start-finish straight. 52.9, 53.2 for Marius Skuman. I mean, so Marius Skuman is basically doing the best laps of his race. His PB is a 52.20, sorry, 53.20.
Oh!
53.23, so he's flying as well, but not as quick as Philip Minnaar.
Yeah.
Who is the man on a move right now. I don't know what he's done to this car, but it's got some serious pace right now.
No, he's got no more fuel in it. He's running on fumes.
Yeah, but surely so is Marius.
No, I agree. I think Marius is just feeling the pressure. He's nervous. He's doing a great job, but here we go. This is 20 seconds to go. I think this is the final lap.
Yeah, this must be the final lap. And this is unfortunately just not close enough. Not close enough, Philip. We know you're quicker.
Marius moving around to try and break the toe.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was entirely necessary from Marius. In that the slipstream is just not that big.
Okay, leader's on his final lap.
Leach in the pits for some reason. He must be running out of fuel to pit now.
Oh yeah,
miscalculated his fuel.
possibly.
I imagine that's the only reason. Leader on the final lap, and in fact going through the last sector right now.
Oh, runs a little deep there.
Does indeed. Keeps it all together though into the last braking zone. Difficult braking zone. Doesn't push it too hard.
Oh, Philip Minnaar is going to do a last corner dip here.
Is he?
Oh,
Go try around the outside. Get a better drive. Oh, this is close. This is close for a podium. Wow. That's incredible.
He was halfway up the side of him.
If that was more than a 10th, I will be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked. Those two.
Ron Skywalker coming in for 4th. Great drive for him up to 4th. And
Yeah,
teammate
fantastic.
Ruben Kruger in 5th.
Yeah, for LLC, that is properly good. For a great result for both of them.
And for Nikic and Randa Azevedo, look at that. Nose to tail.
I mean, although I've got to say, between Skuman and Minar, that comparatively was a huge gap.
Gerard Pretorius and Oosthuizen also nose to tail. Everybody bunched up right at the end.
Yep. Rainier Leach, it looks like he's going to get his 10th position.
Mark LaRue, Roma Duggan, he's coming around. Craig Hunter, look, Craig Hunter and Corne Briet, look at them.
Corne, of course, had multiple incidents during the race. Did fall behind. Remember, Ryan de Azevedo, his teammate, they were tucked up behind each other for so long. But Corne just had some unfortunate issues. Really trying to make it work on the last corner. It doesn't look like it'll happen for him. So Hunter in 14th, Briet in 15th, Berger coming through now for a 16th position for BWR, and Chantal Hansen in 17th, Marco Grasser in 18th position.
Last man over the line. All right, excellent. Let's see. Let me change the video feed here, and I'll go and see if I can find our winner.
Find our man Jacques Botha.
Okay, there we go. It was a great race.
Yeah, a fantastic race by all involved. Very well done. And a tricky track, and a track that is really not easy to do at all.
Not at all.
Jacques Botha, though, our race winner. Very well done, my friend.
Thanks, man.
That looked completely easy for you. Valencia, no problem.
Yeah, I quite like the track, actually.
I've got to say, I'm not so much of a fan, but I tell you what, you had the pace tonight for sure. Although you'll be interested to know that you didn't get the fastest lap of the race. That went to Philip Minar. In fact,
okay, that's nice.
Yeah, he was flying at the end of the race.
I saw on the relative he and Marius was quite close at the end.
I think if there was a 10th between them over the line, that was a lot. But
who got second?
It was Marius who got second. By a whisker. But qualifying, I noticed you were on soft tires and then did the race on the mediums. What gave you that decision?
With the softs, I had about a 0.4 advantage on qualifying, but the problem is you can't do 2 laps in a row. You have to do 1 quick lap and then a slow lap and then 1 quick lap again. The tires overheat at the end.
That's very interesting because we saw a bunch of people doing their whole race on soft tires.
Yeah.
Making it work. Yeah. They were running quite high up. So I'm not sure what they did, but they certainly had something there to make them. Yeah,
mine was overheating the rear, so it's just too risky for me to. I mean, just one mistake in the wall.
That's it.
Were you running lower downforce or something that meant you were spinning up the rears?
No, actually, it's the default downforce, so it's not too low.
Okay. Yeah, because I just know from previously chatting to you that often you prefer a setup with lower downforce than a lot of
yeah. But on this track it was fine the way it is for me.
Fantastic. But yeah, congratulations, another win in the bag. That's fantastic news for you and the team.
Yes, thanks. Appreciate it.
Well done, Jacques. It was awesome to watch. Well-deserved win and well planned from start to finish, buddy.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, actually, one last question. Generally, again, from chatting to you a few times, you've said you'd like to just do half the race and then that's it. What made you this time go for what looked to be more of a 3/4 first stint and then a quarter second stint?
I was worried about traffic. If you come out behind someone and they just slow you down too much.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I also when I pit, I didn't take tires. I just took fuel, but it didn't pay off actually.
Yeah, it did look like that. Your pit stop was
so quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But I lost about 0.5 per lap at the end. It wasn't the rears were on 50%. Just couldn't get away.
Yeah. So then on the fuel side, there was no chance of a zero stopper.
No, we shorted about 4 laps.
That's actually quite significant. Then
Yeah.
it wasn't close.
Yeah,
At all.
yeah.
Yeah, we were doing a comparison with Marina Bay, where obviously the guys could do it in one stretch, but we thought this being a street circuit as well and similar kind of design, but it looks like it's the long straights that actually you use up more petrol than you did at Marina Bay, and that's why it wouldn't last, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Good, Jacques.
Fantastic, Jacques. Thanks very much. An amazing race. You're an absolute masterclass once again, and very well done.
Say thanks. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Good, Nick. Well, there we go. That was another awesome race for Division 1. Masterclass from our man, Jacques. But racing all the way down to 18th, 19th place as happens at every week's racing.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful once again to join you all commentating. Hopefully adding a little bit of flavor to the evening's proceedings. And of course, this is our GP series. We have a touring car series, a GT3 series. So there's lots and lots to get involved with. So anybody who's keen, sign up. Let's do it. Let's see you on track.
Exactly. So anybody wanting to know, again, it's www.simracesa.co.za. Thanks to everyone on YouTube for joining us. And Nick, thank you for joining me as usual. And we'll catch up with you soon, my friend.
It's been a pleasure, Alan.
Cool.
Good evening, everyone.
Cheers. Bye for now.